I mean, can you imagine the amount of work that we would have to do to add multiplayer into Train Life? I mean, it's a whole entire like reconstruction of the game, basically. I mean, did you work on multiplayer systems before in the past, or
A bit, yeah.
you did?
I don't think.
How does the process look like? Like, do you have any insight on that you could share, maybe? Or
Some, yeah. I haven't worked on a game like the biggest game I have worked on, which had like an active multiplayer, like didn't get finished. So
oh, okay.
There's that, but I know some of the issues. So like, network code is one of the hardest things to write, as far as I know, in programming. And people who know how to write network code they're rare, and often like. I believe it's often the case that you hire them not really to do coding, but just to consult with other coders on how to do the system.
Right.
So like, it's hard. I guess if possible, you always want to use someone else's working network code rather than write your own.
Okay.
I'm not sure. It might have changed over the years. So it's hard. Why is it hard? I mean, for active games especially, like it's easier to do a game that's asynchronous, like turn-based, whatever, where you can wait for input. But in a game of Train Life, let's say 2 players drive trains and they can see each other, and one player starts to slow down. Like in our game, it matters. Like up to maybe I'm not sure what's collision detection in Unreal, like what's the precision, but centimeters. 10 centimeters plus, more or less. So the precision of that, and like, you have to detect when the player slows down. When does he slow down? When does he changes his throttle and brakes? And if there's a little bit of lag, it can mess up the whole system.
Yeah.
So you do things like interpolation. So you download like some of the data, some of the inputs from the player, and then you interpolate in between. So like, if he moves the character, you don't ask for every nanosecond of where is the character. It's like, this second he's here and this second he's here, so in between he probably is moving more or less like this. So you do things like this. You have to take care of synchronization, of lag, of precision. And in shooter games especially, like, if you shoot the guy, it has to be very precise as to where his head was at this moment. And you just cannot send so much data so quickly, so reliably to do that. So
yeah, that sounds like super complicated. And the people, like you said, it's probably rare to find a person that is that like a separate, like I don't know, skill to have, like network coding? Like, is that something?
It's a specialization for sure. Like, so you can have coders, but some specialize like in graphics, for example, or some do visual effects or audio. There are specializations, and network code for sure is one of specializations.
Okay.
So
yes. That's the long answer. The short answer is no.
Although that being said, like with Train Life, I mean, what do you mean multiplayer in Train Life?
Yeah, I mean, if you guys were able to envision a multiplayer mode in Train Life, how would that look like for you? Like, hypothetically speaking, right? Like,
I would have some ideas, but I think so. It'd be interesting to see what chat comes up with, but.